Hello guys, so we will now go to the guest page from the requests. Let's say these are all of our requests, so we want to click on the cell and then we want to go to the guest page. So we're going back to our Xcode project, and here we will create now one more show segue. So select in the left panel your friends table view, then go to the cell, select this cell, hold Ctrl, left mouse click, drag it to the guests view controller, release and select show. So here you'll see the second segue. That is the one. This will be a second show segue. So I'm gonna name it guest vc underscore friend table view. This is how I'm gonna name it. And the previous one I will update it guest vc underscore search table view. Now, very important, we are going to the friends view controller, open it better in the separate window, scroll to the bottom where we got the function prepare for segue. So here we have an if statement. If segue identifier is guest view controller. So select that one, go to attributes inspector. So replace this value guest VC by the guest VC underscore search table view controller. So it means we're going to the guest view controller from search table view controller. Okay, and another thing is will be to cut this block of code and include it in these curly brackets, because here you see we're accessing search table view. So this scenario will be purely for the search table view. Search from whenever we click on the search result. For example, let's say when we search for, let's say, Bradley, so when we click on this, then that's going to be executed. But when we cancel search and when we'll click here, let's say Daniel Craig, then will be executed. And next one, which we are writing here, else if segue.identifier equals to, then the quotation marks, select this your segue, select these, copy it, select the entire ID from the attributes inspector, then insert it here, and then open curly brackets. Okay, this is going guest from search table view. It means tapped on the searched user. Here we are going guest from requests or from friends table view, means tapped on a friend or request. Okay, so this is how it works, and here must be double equals mark. Okay, so we have made the main logic with the main storyboard, so we will now go to the friends view controller itself. Okay, very good. So here in this else if statement, we will declare, first of all, we want to access again the index guard let index path equals to, now we're using friends table view dot index path for selected row else return, means else exit. Here we are getting, we're accessing index of selected cell in order to access index of requested users array. Okay, great. So then we will continue. What we will do is we will copy the entire this block of code, even including requests, and we will insert it right over here. Okay, so here we'll make minor changes and modifications. Instead of searched users, we'll write here requested users for the ID, then requested users for the first name, because these are requested users, then requested last name, then requested users Ava, then requested users cover, requested users bio. So we have ID now, first name, last name, Ava, covered by, and the requested. This is actually a trigger. When it's 0, it means the user, for example, let's search for the Bradley. If it is 0, it means we did not. It means if it is 0, it means we didn't send a request. But once we tap on this, it means we have sent the request to the Bradley. So when we click here, then this is now trigger is 1. When we remove this, so it means it is 0 now. But what if someone sent a request to the current user? In this case, we will make it 3. 3 means request is received by current user. Okay. 3 means request is received by the current user. Okay. So that is it. So it will help us to go now to the guests page. But on the guest page, we'll have to do now a minor manipulation with this, where we'll have to play with the button. We will now go to the guests view controller. And here we'll make minor changes. Okay, I click on Daniel Craig. So now I went guest and everything is here. So that is beautiful. And here it shows requested, which is actually wrong. So we're going now to the guests view controller because they are the one who sent a request to the current user. And we're going to the load user. So here is the logic. 0 means not requested. Current user requested will be else if requested equals 1. So it means current user requested Bradley Cooper for the friendship. Else if requested equals 3, it means user requested current user to be his friend. And so these are the scenarios. And one more, else if requested equals 4 means they are friends. Okay, current user got requested by the guest, means the guest user, which we have here. So this is actually the logic, guys. This is how it works on the practice. Okay, so what I would like to do now, as we're updating our code, I would like, rather than retyping the same block of code, I would like to assign this to a separate function. Okay, I'll show you how I'm gonna do this. We'll scroll to the bottom or right here before like button got clicked. So we'll write here function update, let's say friend button, open and close round brackets, then open curly brackets, or instead of friend button we can make it just update button. Okay, so the button will be any button that we want, UI button, this is a parameter, update, or even we'll remove this button, we'll just keep this update, then button of type UI button. Okay, then we will go to another parameter. What do you think which one will be? It will be the title. Then we have a title of type string, comma. Then we will go to the, by the way, icon, then title, icon of type string, comma, then title of type string, comma. Then we're going to tint color, or we can just mention just a color of type UI color. What I will do here in this, okay, so this is a like button got clicked. I'll just cut this. It's a wrong place. We need friend button got clicked. Here we go. Friend button got clicked. Okay, I will cut this code, this where we manipulate the button. I'm gonna cut it and I will insert it here. So here let image to be equals to UI image, and here we will put our icon here, which we can later on declare. So then friend button will replace it by the button, which is that one parameter. So here we're replacing this. Then color, we'll replace it by the color which we have got here, and text color will be also replaced by the color, and this title will be replaced by the title as well. So we write here title. Brilliant. And after that what we will do is, after that I will just copy this animation and I will insert it here. And here friend button we're replacing by just a button which we have now. Okay, I'll now walk you through. So I'll just copy this. Do not follow me now because I don't want to delete the old code. I'll just comment it. Okay, now I'll insert it. So this is, I will comment because we no more need this block of code. And that one I will comment as well. We don't need this because it is now in the separate function. That one we don't need as well, the animation function, because it's already included. Okay, so this function responsible for updating the button and all its configurations. Okay, great. So here we are icon of the button, or means background, or we can keep it just an icon. That one is button configuration, and that one is animation. So here it's scale by -20%, and here we're returning it back to its identity. Okay, that is brilliant, and this is the first change that I would like to make because I want to update button. I want to have just a unique function to do this. So now you see how we are going more advanced and advanced and advanced. Okay, another stuff that I would like to do is I want to update. I want the same do. I want to create a separate function for updating the user. Okay, so updating the status of the request. So I'm going to the function which is a friend button clicked. I'm going here. The step three, that is the one. I will copy this block of code including resume. Then I will comment it out. I will comment it. Then here after update button, here I'll write a one function which is let's say update friendship request, and then we'll insert it here. Okay, so update the friendship request with the same like we've done for the find in the find view controller, friends view controller, with update friendship request. So a similar function I'll create here, and it requires only to have action which will be of type string, with action of type string. Beautiful. This function is responsible for updating status of the requests. And very good. Here the action will be the action. Here current user ID will be the, by the way, we need to here make, that is the one, current user. I will include it here. I will remove this, the title, which is step so and so. I'll just keep it comments for you. Okay, so now what we need to do is we now need to call these functions since we got them in the separate, since we got them separated. Okay, so the action is action user ID. It is will be current user ID, and then the friend ID will be the ID of the person that we want to make a friendship with. So this is how it's gonna be, guys. Okay, so now the function is ready. Guys, we will make this function to be exact like in the previous view controller, where we have even the friends, all of these values like friends ID, user ID, etc, etc. So this is how we want it to look like. Okay, so I will make it exactly the same, where friend ID will be of type integer, user ID, or it will be of type any, and friend ID will be of type any. Action will be of type string. Okay, great. So this guardlet method, I will remove it. So action replaced by the action, user ID replaced by user ID, and friend ID is replaced by the friend ID. Okay, brilliant. So we are now scrolling down. You can now keep the code, but in my case, just do not make here a little trash. I'll just remove this code. So friend button clicked. What we will do here, if currently not requested, then we will cast requested as 1. Then we will update the button, update button, which is a friend button. Icon will be friend, as you see here. Icon will be friend.png. Title will be, as you see here, requested. In the quotation marks, we'll write requested. Color will be here Facebook color. Okay, we'll write here help, open and close round bracket, then Facebook color. Change button. Then we want to send request to server. And here we will write update friendship request with the action. Action here will be add. Action will be add. And then user ID. So if current user is sent the ID, so it will be current user, who is the user ID, the one who targeted. So here let me create guard, let current user underscore ID equals to current user question mark, open and close round bracket, then access ID, else return. This is ID of current user, and the ID of guest user will be very simple, ID of guest user. It will be let guest user underscore ID equals ID. Okay, this value we're already having this. Okay, so in this case, here user ID will be current user ID, and the friend ID will be guest ID, because we went there and if requested is 0, so we want to request it. So this is how it's gonna work, and this block of code we will remove it. In my case, I will remove it. You can keep it, guys, if you want. Okay, so we are going to another statement where else if requested equals 1 means the user has been requested, so we want to remove our request. Then we will keep our request, we will change a requested to being a 0. Then we will change button. Okay, then here I'm calling the function to change the button. Update button, which is a friend button. Icon will be here unfriend.png. Title will be here add, and color will be dark gray color. And here send request to server. And here we're writing update friendship request. Here will be reject. User ID will be current user ID. Friend ID will be guest ID. Okay, beautiful. So this is, I will remove, and this block of code we can remove, we can delete this because we made our code more and more readable. Okay, so we can now run our project and we can see now our code looks much more professional than it was before. So we assigned a dedicated function for rather than retyping the same code. So we just wrote a dedicated function for this. Okay, so it got built. It got built. And this is, if you did load, this is what we better change this as well. So here I'll call update button, which is a friend button. Icon will be unfriend.png, as you see here. Title will be add, color will be dark gray color. Okay, so after this we have the same stuff we're doing if requested initial 1 means if current user already requested this, so we'll make friend.png icon. Then title will change to requested. Then the color will change to helper, open and close round bracket. Then it will be Facebook color. Okay, let's now see this. And what I would like to do, guys, here we have some icons which we have which we need to copy to our project. Okay, so I'm going to assets. I copy these icons, I drag them to the project. Here render as, I select as a template image. So very good, and we can now come back to our guest view controller, and the same stuff we will do here. For example, we'll do here, if let's say we have already requested the or if someone sent us the request, then here, which is the 3 scenario 3, if someone sent us the request, so the image will be respond.png, and here we will write the title respond, and it will be of Facebook color. The same stuff we are doing for if we already accepted the friendship. So here we will write friends.png. These are the new icons. The title will be friends, and it will be also Facebook color. So we can now build and run. So these are the two icons. This is friends and this is respond. Okay, it's updating because there are some plenty changes in the code we have made. Okay, great. So these are our requests. I tap on the Daniel Craig, so it says respond. Excellent, because it says respond because this user, which is a Daniel Craig, this user sent us the request, so we now need to respond to this user. So if we will click this button, nothing will happen because we did not configure the behavior for when the user when there is a requested ID is, for example, 2 or 3, and we tap on this and nothing happens. Actually, let me come back. So here we have a in the load user. Let me come back to our function. Where is load user? Here 1, 2. Let's make it 2, which means to respond, and 3 means there are already friends. So the same we'll do in the friends view controller. While going guest, here we will make it 2, which means not yet friends. Okay, great. So the same stuff, let's say if we confirm, then we go and this must get updated. So this one also must get updated. So another one will be, let's say when we search for the Bradley Cooper, now it shows add, now requested, and the button gets changed. Okay, so the same stuff, guys, we will do to show now the action sheet to reply back. Okay, let's go and do this.